Oh, I forgot the best one. Smorgasm.
Oh my gosh. Alright, okay. So today's topic is the why and how to be modest. So,
let's start with why. Why should a person be modest?
I think a person should be modest to honor their parents.
Your parents see you taking pictures like that or posting that stuff on social media, like the vulgar and raunchy stuff on social media, then they'll be like, oh, what did I raise?
Or other people will be like, oh, your parent did a bad job in raising you because the stuff you put.
Do most parents ask their kids to be modest?
I don't know if people, like, parents ask. I think it's kind of an unsaid expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, what's another reason?
I think another reason is to respect other people. And I think, especially nowadays, we think that boys look at girls in a wrong way, but is that girls' fault for objectifying themselves and making themselves look a certain way? So how are guys not supposed to look at you as an object if you're doing it to yourself?
Mm-hmm. And they kind of, like, put you to that, like, standard. They kind of set a standard, and they're like, oh, that's what I think is attractive, so if you're not, then goodbye. You know, and it's, like, kind of our faults.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there a third reason?
I know you should honor yourself. Like, you should have that respect for yourself where you don't want to be seen as one of those girls. You want to be known for something good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you want to get, like, if you want to go and get a good job, you're going to, again, want to respect yourself and not do all that stuff on social media. And you want to set a good example for other people. So, like, people look up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other reasons to be modest?
I know for me, I'm a Christian, so a big factor in my life is honoring God, especially in modesty. And I think that it's, like you said, setting a good example for followers of Christ. So, you know, people can see that with God we have a different standard and we respect ourselves because of Him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's good. Those are good reasons for why. What about how? What would you say to a younger person or a person your own age? How would I be modest?
You set boundaries for yourself. Like, in the dating relationship, you say, I'm not gonna do certain stuff. Like, they might hold hands, but maybe someone might not want to kiss because that could lead to more.
Mm-hmm. What if a guy's pushing those boundaries?
I think they're being immodest because, like, with boundaries, you should respect yourself and respect other people. So if someone says, I don't want to do this, you should have enough respect and confidence for yourself to know, okay, I don't need to push it.
Mm-hmm.
Are there ways to prevent that and to not put you in those kind of situations where the boundaries may be pushed more than others?
Well, for one, don't, like, be alone with them, like, in a house that's alone, like, no one else is home, or just, like, go on group dates and date that way.
Mm-hmm.
What about boundaries for how you dress? Should you set those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. I know as being an older sister, you would want your younger sister to obviously be a modest girl. So you would have to set those boundaries and set that example for her.
Yeah, and I definitely think when you put something on, you know in your heart if it's modest. If you're going to go out and people are going to look down at you or, like, look at you a certain way because of what you're wearing.
Mm-hmm. And with, like, dresses, like, they're, like, low and they're short. And, like, yeah, you need to set boundaries for yourself. And you should say, like, whether it be, like, to your knees or to your fingertips or, yeah.
So you don't just wait for your parents to tell you all the rules?
No.
No. Because sometimes they won't.
True.
Or maybe they will.
Or maybe they will.
and you'll resent it. It's better if you do it yourself, right?
And you'll
Yeah.
have it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about some boundaries with social media? That's a big one. Parents a lot of times have no clue about that, so you can probably get away with more with social media than like with how you dress.
Yeah. Something I've been told a lot is don't post something if you wouldn't be okay with your parents or your grandparents to see it. I think that's a good guideline. So you watch what you're saying.
So yeah, definitely like filter through like what you're putting on there, because you're not the only one who's going to see that. There's going to be tons of people to see that. And again, once it's on there, you can't take it off.
And you never know who's going to see it. Whether it is your grandma or your mom or...
A coworker.
Yeah.
Or like,
Even like
And-
a teacher if you're
Yeah.
still a younger person.
Yeah.
You girls seem like pretty much perfect. Is that right?
no.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Oh. Well, that's
Don't be
what
so
you say, yes.
immodest.